My name is Shaun Irvine. I'm the Chief of Force Protection for DoDEA in the Security Management Division. What I do here in DoDEA, I manage the Force Protection Program. And what that means is the Force Protection Program encompasses several different elements, which is anti-terrorism, physical security, operations security, foreign travel security, and the standard response protocol, which is the lockout, lockdown, evacuation, and shelter procedures used in our schools for different emergencies. This also includes close collaboration with many of our partners, not just within DoDEA, but outside of DoDEA as well. In addition, I supervise 13 personnel around the world, providing guidance and direction to the force protection officers so they can assist the schools, the support buildings, in the development of their programs. In 2018, DoDEA adopted the standard response protocol, and this is that all hazards response that we use in our schools. As DoDEA is in a lot of different countries and a lot of different places, it takes a lot of time when we implement a change up here at headquarters for it to filter through all the different levels. And working with our partners, the installations, the different combat commands and other DoD components, we were able to establish this protocol and set a standard for our students and our staff to respond to different emergencies at our schools. Our work here in the Force Protection Branch directly impacts the students. We support Goal 2 of the School's Excellence and the DoDEA Blueprint by creating a safe and secure learning environment and working environment. And this is done through the standard response protocols, as I mentioned, coordinating expectations with our installation partners on emergency responses at our schools, providing subject matter expertise to our schools when they're developing their emergency action plans, implementing physical security and procedures through environmental design. And what I mean by that is, in new schools, we work with facilities and our other partners during MILCOM projects to integrate physical security directly into the school, making sure they do not look like prisons and creating an environment where students and staff are actually implementing physical security procedures or measures and they don't actually realize it. At existing schools, this becomes a little bit more of a challenge, and we have to think outside the box. As the school is already constructed, we have to come up with ways to develop procedures or implement physical security technology which enhances the mission and does not become a hindrance to the learning environment. Overall, what brings me satisfaction is having the opportunity to educate many of our partners about DoDEA. As many of us probably have realized, when the DoD policy is written, it's written for the warfighter. It's not necessarily written for a school system. And when we sit around the table with other components, and such as like a threat working group or something, where we hear the concerns from the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and so on, they're looking at it from their perspective as an external threat to the installation. And sometimes they'll come up with different measures or ideas which sound great for the military environment. Say we want to do a new training for all DoD personnel. And it's a great concept, but then we have an opportunity to speak. We usually will say, well, how does this affect a 7-year-old? How do you expect a first grader to accomplish this? And at that point, you can start to see the light bulbs go on, and they realize that the great idea that had been applicable for all DoD personnel is not necessarily going to work. So that's our opportunity to educate our partners, let them know about the different missions and objectives we have as a school system, and at the same time collaborate and come up with a better solution for some of those DoD policies or practices in the long run.